That's the way you built it in the first place.
Exactly.
Nobody extends trust.
Right.
I don't loan you trust.
Right.
Right.
I may loan you. I'll loan you respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Until you do something that makes me bring that back. I'll loan you. I don't loan trust
Right.
because it's too valuable.
Right.
So if I trust you.
How can a relationship build trust when some has been lost? What is the proper way to rebuild and solidify the foundation?
I think we've answered this before.
We did. We talked about this previously.
I think we talked about this with the women. As a
Yeah,
matter
we
of
did.
fact, the same
We did.
question. And for me and everybody else can chime in, the answer is still the same: time and consistency.
Yes.
Being
Yes.
trustworthy.
Right, time
Yeah.
and consistency of being
Yeah.
trustworthy.
Yeah.
And that's the way you built it in the first place.
Exactly.
Nobody extends trust.
Right.
I don't loan you trust.
Right.
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 I may loan you. I'll loan you respect.
Yeah.
Right.
Until you do something that makes me bring that back. I'll loan you. I don't loan trust
Right.
because it's too valuable.
Right.
So if I trust you, you already spent the time and displayed the consistency of trustworthy actions
Right.
that have earned you the trust.
Right.
The only way to regain what has been lost is to go back and do the first works again.
Okay, yeah.
Time and consistency
Yeah.
of being trustworthy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out a little further on that. Today's session, today's worship, today's ministry today, today's message today was press reset. And I'm going to challenge that person. If you weren't in the audience, if you weren't listening, go and watch that again, even if you were, about pressing reset, going back to the basics of who you are and how you started the relationship when you were on good grounds. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. You know, too many times we think that we've burned bridges and we haven't communicated that we're feeling this way to that person. And it may not be as bad as you think, but you got to be willing to be vulnerable. You got to be willing to say, I made a mistake, you know, and don't force a response because you have, or don't force a reaction because you want it to happen in this particular time. Anything?
It's a funny thing about trust, and even as you were talking about, building it over the passage of time, I began to think about it in my mind. Like, yeah, we do kind of do that. Yeah. Now, initially, we don't recognize that that's how we're building trust through our consistent contact with one another. Yeah. But the reality is that that's how it happens. Right. I think often when that trust is betrayed, then that's when we begin to recognize the degree of damage that has been done.
Right.
And when we see the degree of damage that has been done to the trust, and that now we gotta rebuild this again, it seems to a degree to be a little daunting, because now I have to, like you said, do my first works over again. I got to put myself out there again and be willing to allow you to rebuild that trust over and over and over again.
And we have to kill the pride side of it.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
because the old adage, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me.
right.
And so that pride rears up and says, well, I won't be a fool again.
Right.
So we also have to kill that pride, because that's going to be something that's going to get in the way of rebuilding the trust.
Yeah.
And you have to approach actually attempting to rebuild the trust, because if you don't,
Got to be deliberate.
be deliberate,
absolutely.
be intentional, because if you don't rebuild the trust and you still move on with that person, you create a lowering of expectation, which creates a huge gap in the relationship.
Sure.
And then now you're growing apart instead of together.
Sure.
All right. So
Hey guys, it's Pastor John here. Please, if you like this video that you just saw, hit that like button for us. Second thing I want to ask you to do is to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out videos once a day at about 5:30 p.m. Hit that bell notification so that you'll know when a new video has been uploaded. And then the final thing to do, share this video, share this information. If you know somebody that has a need that it can be benefited by it, please put it out in circulation so that we can try to help as many people as possible. Thanks, and God bless.